Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Dark Seer.
Dire team pick.
Oracle. Night Stalker.
Dire team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the NanYang Championship. It is Season 2 of course, the NanYang Championships. We're into the EU qualifiers as we get underway here. Okay, I'm not sure why this overlay is not working. That's good. But anyways, welcome in here to Beyond the Summit. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Mott. As always, it'll be an absolute pleasure casting for you guys as we move forward here into this best of 3 series. Now, I'll admit, I haven't done too much in terms of EU Dota. If you've been watching me recently, it's probably been a lot of American casting. I've done a lot of American regions, tournaments, NanYang, summits, Star Ladder. We did, obviously, Canada Cup, so it's been a lot of American Dota. I did American Dota during the Manila Major Qualifiers, and I'll probably continue to do American Dota as we progress through here. So, with that said, I've been trying to watch as much EU Dota as possible. A lot of that has been Dream League, obviously, with that going on and just ending. So, I did get to see a fair bit of No Diggity and Spirit. So, No Diggity, obviously, a very, very strong squad. Didn't have the best showing over at Dream League, but you know what? That's something they'll deal with, obviously. It's a team that definitely looks very strong in certain instances, but they just kind of got shut out with the draft they were running. They did a lot of interesting stuff at Dream League. They ran Centaur one game. They ran Naga one game. One thing they like to do a lot of is, first of all, pick up Night Stalker. Secondly, it's a lot of Rasta as well as Darkseer, too. If you look at their past games, the past, 5 games at Dream League, it's all Darkseer with the exception of one game, which was a Kizu Nature's Prophet, I believe, coming out for their squad. So, and that was against OG, obviously. But Darkseer is something they're very comfortable with. It's one of his better heroes, so I imagine that it's going to pick up again for Kizu as we move forward through this game. But anyways, welcome in for this cast today here on Beyond the Summit. Again, my name is Mont. I've been doing a lot of casting, been trying to kill it, been trying to do as much as possible for you guys. Hopefully you are having a good time in terms of getting to see a lot of good Dota, getting ready for the Manila Major, which is super hype, and trust me, it's going to be a great time. On top of that, there's going to be obviously a couple of other things happening afterwards, a couple of lands coming out. Of course, we have all of these qualifiers, and we're not just playing these qualifiers for no reason. Obviously, we have lands that they turn into. There's the Summit 5, there's NanYang S2 or Season 2, there's Star Ladder I-League Season 2. So there is a lot of cool stuff coming out here in the next couple of months. But in particular, the Manila Major in the Philippines is going to be a lot of fun. The Mall of Asia Arena, which is where ESL Manila was held last month, obviously. I think a lot of you watched that, so should be a good time. My name's Mott. Like I said before, I think I've introduced myself enough. I think I've gotten over the pre-game, early game jitters. Team Spirit will be picking up the Lifestealer, though. That is one strong here. They get in the second phase, too, so no first-round bans. Not a surprise that Team Spirit banned out Phoenix second, Beastmaster first. Beastmaster probably, I wouldn't say the best hero right now, but he's definitely top 5, in my opinion, in terms of what he can provide with vision. Lockdown with Roar is a very good counter against the Lifestealer. Not to mention he gets solo kill heroes with the Necro 2 and 3, which is very, very good. Doom is up there as well in terms of good heroes. And Lifestealer, he's maybe top 10-ish. I'd say probably top 5. No, Lifestealer being top 5 is kind of... It depends. I think it's really hard to put him into that position. On the other side, Night Stalker and Darkseer, they haven't seen a ton of play, at least not in the American region, which is I've been watching a lot of. But again, we've seen a lot in EU Dota. I know Navi was picking up Night Stalker a fair bit, so we'll wait and see how the Night Stalker pick actually works for No Diggity. And they go for the Shadow Demon as well. Demonic Purge, very good against the Lifestealer. Goes through the edge community, slows him down, makes it annoying for the Lifestealer to deal with. It allows you to cut, essentially, a Lifestealer as best as possible. That's the biggest thing about a Lifestealer. It's why you pick Bane, it's why you pick Darkseer. Darkseer for Surge against Lifestealer is very strong against open wounds. In fact, they don't have any real lockdown against them except for the Fortune's End. Obviously, Oracle is a big counter to Darkseer if you wait with the Fortune's End, but we'll wait and see how things do transition. But yeah, Shadow Demon is not a hero that you see too often in this meta. It's picked up occasionally once in a blue moon for every draft. Usually it has a setup. You go for a disruption into LSA, maybe Split Earth if you're going for Leshrac. Tough. Team Spirit will get Queen of Pain for their mid. No Diggity will think about something next. And Cinderin, of course, the captain. I have been a fan of Cinderin since back during the MTW days when, of course, he was playing up against Navi and Havost in Navi back at DreamHack Summer, like 2012, 2013, something like that. It's been a long time. And that's when I really first started enjoying Dota, was that MTW squad with him, Funzy, Sakshka, all those guys. So Cinderin, obviously, I think a lot of people give him flack for who he is, but he's a very good drafter. He's a very intelligent mind. I think we all know that about him, about Sind. On the other side, Go Black, he's just as smart and intelligent. His drafts have often shaped the meta for certain patches and may shape things to come here in this particular patch. Go Black, very, very smart with what he does. Very interesting mind to be sure of. They have a pretty good roster too. If you look at all these players, Team Spirit, they're pretty damn solid. Both him and Diggity, both Team Spirit and Diggity, very, very solid squads, which is... You look at it and you're like, man, if only one of these two teams could have made it to the Manila Major. But of course, it was Empire coming through the European qualifiers, and Empire did look very good at the tail end of that tournament. It is going to be a Naga Siren again for No Diggity, which is very interesting. Looking forward to seeing how this is going to be played up. I think it's probably going to be played up in a core role, I imagine. The last time they played it was Quake for Mid, which Quake for Mid Naga Siren is... I would like to use the term legendary. He's very strong in it. He's had many very good games, but it's not a hero that you see at all. When I watch Dota, I never really see a Naga Siren. I think the problem is just you can go Alchemist and kind of get the same sort of thing. You know, you essentially get a better version of the Naga Siren with an Alchemist, actually. Acid Spray provides you the minus armor that your Riptide does. It doesn't give you that burst damage that you're looking for, but oh well. The Acid Spray, I should say. Mirror Image is obviously a bit more illusions to work with instead of just having a Manta style. You have Mirror Images on top of that. And Snare's a pretty good lockdown, but you have Unstable Concoction on Alchemist. So, I mean, the only difference being that instead of having HP regen for your ultimate, you have a, essentially, it's not a stun, obviously. It's just it's a disable that makes everybody just stop moving. So that's the reason. I mean, if Alchemist wasn't banned here, you'd probably pick up Alch if you're Diggity, because I feel you are probably pretty comfortable with that hero for Quake Club, but they go for the Naga Siren instead. He can split push, he can team fight. I mean, Naga probably carries later on into the game than an Alchemist does, but his early game is a lot harder, and that's why you have to have a Night Stalker and maybe even a Shadow Demon kind of make space for you. They get a Slardar for probably their middle, or excuse me, safe lane, I think, pickup. It means a Night Stalker Shadow Demon support duo, I would imagine. Which is definitely interesting. I think, again, they've run a lot of Rasa over the past couple of days. A lot of Rasa Earth Spirit in particular in that series against Virtus Pro, where they did go down 1-2. They've been, I think, trying a lot of stuff out. They had the Lion and Tinker like a couple of days ago, in fact, a week ago. You know, they tried out the Centaur, as I talked about. So there's a lot of different things that No Diggity have going for them in terms of what they can actually accomplish with these heroes. 21 seconds left for Team Spirit. Their last pick is going to be coming out. What is it going to be? God, I don't know. I have no idea. They don't need support, really. I think they just need an offlane, unless they want to
10
put an
seconds
aggro
remaining.
trial lane or something with a lifestealer and Oracle. Aggro dual lane, perhaps? Would not be shocked to see that. Aggro dual lane's very common now. A lot more common, anyway. The Timbersaw pickup. Pretty good. There is a lot of minus armor, but reactive armor is very strong. In-game button. Well, it doesn't look the best, but... Anyways, this is a best of 3 series, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an absolute pleasure bringing you the cast. And it's going to be, as expected, Ghostic, Timbersaw, Boast, Lifestealer, Iceberg, Queen of Pain, and then the Go Black Doom, which, of course, expected. And everything else for Dig, for no Diggity as well, is pretty standard. Qualifier, Naga Siren, Era, Slardar, Yaps, Night Stalker, Keys, Darkseer, which leaves Cinderin on the Shadow Demon. The tried and true hero of days gone past.
10 seconds.
Hero that has seen a lot of play in action. We're waiting on Sind.
Remaining.
You go to the bathroom, maybe getting some water, who knows. This is a pretty big best of 3, so this is going to be the first game of Group B here. And remember, only one team makes it out of each group. So it's very important for this team, either of these squads, to get off to a 2-1 or 2-0 advantage to winning the series. We'll wait and see if that's going to be the case. We'll move through it. I like the Timbersaw pick for sure. Against the Slardar, against a Night Stalker, and against the Shadow Demon, if you do have a level 2 Soul Catcher, you probably could kill him. You have a lot of disables. You have the Disruption to set up the stun. Yapsor can Void, so you can disable him. You can disable him through his Timbersaw or Timber Chain. Anyway, he started off with a 2 Mango and 4 Tango build. We've seen some interesting offline builds. The one I really enjoy, Move from Digital Chaos, has been doing this a lot, and he's done it with great success, is 1-1-3. And the thing that Purge argued with me about is that he just doesn't have the early game damage that you're looking for, which I do agree with. But in terms of tankiness, you really can't kill him in certain lineups. If you have magical damage, easy to burst him down. And there is a fair bit of that for your no Diggity, excuse me. So it's gonna be probably Ghostic obviously getting an early point in Timber Chain, maybe probably 2 points on reactive armor, and then maybe getting 1 point and Whirling Death, the 1-2-2 build perhaps. It's very tough to see what you're gonna be going as a Timbersaw, and he has to wait until the lane gets settled down. Iceberg's gonna get 2 pool Tango, gets the null tally up as well early on. Unfortunately, he's not a puck, so you can't go for like that early Veil of Discord because you have so many different ways to initiate and Dream Coil, Waiting Rift. For Iceberg, probably going to get an early set of threads and then into a Orphan Levelance. We'll have to watch how Qualifier does here. No Quelling Blade. He does pick up his bottle very early on, which is nice, but again, he's not going to do a lot of damage to these creeps, so it's going to be a bit tricky until he gets his Riptide coming out. Sin will go for early Shadow Poison, which is actually, I was thinking about this, considering it. The amount of damage it does per stack is 20. You can do 5 stacks, of course. Not that bad. And 100 damage early on in this game is pretty sick. It's magical. They probably should change that, I think. Damage source. Meanwhile, up top lane, it is going to be Hibos as well as Funnick joining him. Iron Shield will be pushing out this wave. He even drops the Sentry here to make sure that this isn't blocked. He can pull now. The best thing about a Darkseer is that the wave can push in, and then you can just pull the creep wave coming in, and it's exactly what Q's is going to do here, just to make sure he gets even more experience. He doesn't have any CS, but he needs to get like level 2 Iron Shell, but that requires, first of all, getting level 3, as he already has. The 1 he's getting to level 2 now. Qualifier continues to pop his mirror images and Riptide. Doing pretty well on CS right now. He's actually 6 last hits to the 4 of Iceberg, and he's sending his illusions to harass a fair bit. Using his Riptide to not only get last hits, but to do some damage as well to the to the Queen of Pain. Era is going to be picking up level 2 now. He's got 8 last hits. It's the Strength Core versus Strength Core. The 6.87 meta has now developed into 2 Strength Heroes in the safe lane. Days gone by. We are not in 6.85 anymore. I think that was the patch. It was like 6.85, I'm pretty sure was Troll and Sniper meta. I can't remember. Done too many Dota games, honestly. Qualifier will try to pick up the 2-minute rune with the Shadow Strike going. There is a blink available for Iceberg, but he can't get there in time, and it's a big one. It's a regen rune that Qualifier will bottle up. That's a nice pickup. Top lane, Kizu has picked up his level 3, so his offload is going pretty well in terms of at least getting experience. He's got 4 last hits. The Timbersaw Ghost Stick level 2. He's got his Timber Chain. He got his 1-point reactive armor. He'll be able to stay alive, and he's going to get some help with Goblack coming down here bottom. He's already picked up his Tranquil Boots. He's got level 1 point Devour, 1 point in Scorched Earth. I think he's holding his 3rd point, which will probably be Inferno Blade. He might go Scorched Earth if he finds himself in a bad position. Meanwhile, Yapzor is the jungling hero across the map, so no Diggity realizing that Goblack wants to jungle early on. Air will see Goblack. He cancels the Clarity. That's not going to do a lot. He was almost full mana at that point. Cinderon's going to come in. Disruption at the ready. Iceberg Courier? Oh, he almost got the Riptide. He did get the Riptide. Last right click might have done the job against Iceberg, and the Courier's going to head back home. I don't even know if he had enough damage. What, 50 base damage against this Courier? Yeah, that's not going to do it. Still, that was dangerous. And Iceberg has to go all the way home, so Quake was showing his prowess on this Nagasard in this matchup. Just extraordinary. Queen of Pain, however, does have 13 last hits, so it's not like he's doing poorly in CSing, but Quake is going to make him miss a lot of experience. A couple of creeps as well. He'll TP back in, so Iceberg has to use some money. Down bottom, Slithering Crush on the Ghost Stick. He's got 1/1/1. Early game, nothing really happening. I mean, it's just a lot of roaming, a lot of farming, I suppose. Nothing too crazy. Quake is going to just be picking it more and more in CS. Remember, it's like Aquila, Bottle, Quelling Blade. He's getting ganked by Goblack. Quake knows this. He's going to try to Quelling Blade his way through. Riptide comes out. Iceberg has been trapped yet. He's got Blink. He's going to Blink Scream in the high ground. It misses. Quake's still in trouble. It's going to be first blood. Goblack probably will go down. Yapzor will get the assist as he comes in and gets the split kill with the tower doing the job and the creeps as well. So this is 1-for-1 exchange, but it is first blood going the way of Goblack, which is huge. He's up to 500 gold already now, and Quake, he gets stifled a little bit. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're going to set up disruptions. They're in perfectly timed. They have a Timber Chain if they need it, and Ghost Stick's going to get out just fine. With no extra hero here and no Soul Catcher, they can't get this kill. Even with, like, maybe 3 to 4 points in poison stacked up. Or 3 stacks of poison, rather. Anyways, they're going to look for another initiation here with Goblack. Quakefa, Mirror Images. He does not... Oh, actually does, I guess, get the Shadow Strike off of him. Kizu top lane. Meanwhile, he's got Surge. The open wounds will go. They're going to force the end him, probably. And there it goes. Perfectly timed coming out from the Oracle. Now another Purifying Flames. And the last right click from Avos will get the job done. So Funnick and Avos combining up perfectly to get that kill. And make sure they do secure Kizu going down. So that was a bit tricky, but... they were ready. They were on point. Yapzor will now TP up top and leech some experiences. He's got his early earn, not to mention level 5 already. Very good start for Yapzor on this lifesteal. He's got 18 last hits. Pretty damn good. Cinder in level 3 down bottom. He could use some help and experience. The Oracle's level 5. So this has been the problem with, I think, the bottom lane is that even with Sind, I'll hold that thought. He's going to get Shadow Struck. And probably kill the Scream, or one right-click Inferno Blade will come out. Scorched Earth will actually do the job, and Goblack gets himself his 2nd kill of the game, and Cinderon will fall. That's the problem with using an offensive sort of / defensive disruption on an enemy hero instead of yourself, although it would have just killed him probably quicker. There's not much you can do in that situation. It is nighttime now, but there's some really good vision coming out from Team Spirit. Obviously, this ward, pretty damn common. This one on the high ground as well, but it's about to fade in 16 seconds, so... Good vision for Team Spirit. No Diggity will have to deal with that. They've seen Yapzor rotating. Ghost Stick will back up to the creep wave. He needs to not be here. They're pinging him out. They're going to go on him. There's the Silence Void will come through as well. They've got the Slithering Crush. Do they have Soul Catcher is the question. They don't. They have 2 points into Poison, and they need 3 maybe to get the kill, and they're even going to get the Fate's Edict off with the Purifying Flames to make sure that he come back in fighting shape. Good. Fortune's End. On to 2. Yapzor will back up. Goblack is here. It's a 3 versus 3 engagement. I don't know if you could really call it an engagement, so both teams are just looking at each other at this point. That was awkward. And Vos will continue to farm up. He's now in the jungle, top of the net worth, 48 CS, top of the CS as well. 13 denies too, just for good measure against Kizu. Kizu's not doing poorly. That death does put him a little bit behind, but if you look at his net worth, you can see the next 4, besides the Quap as well as the Lifestealer, are himself, Yapzor on the Night Stalker, Quakefoot, and then the Slaughter. So net worth-wise, no, you're not doing poorly. Sure, they're down maybe about 750 gold, but it's way too early for that. Again, biggest issue is this Naga Siren getting farmed early on into the game. There's a chance that might happen. There's the amplified damage on the Ghost Stick. They're looking for a stun. Air to try to walk in and stun him up. There's the sprint. He cancels the animation. They were looking to go, and they couldn't find an initiation target. Air just says, that's fine. We don't want to overextend too far. They were right under the tower. If they go in with that stun, then TP's come out from the Oracle. Probably Go Black if he has one. They actually didn't have them. Ugh, that's disgusting. Disastrous even. Anyways, pretty good start for Team Spirit's mid and safe lane core. Avos having a good showing. Not that shocking. His armlet's coming out. This is the problem with the Lifestealer game. You just give him free farm. There's no way you can contest him. And that's the biggest issue. He's going to infest, kill the freaking creep that had the Iron Shell on it. Damn. Ruthless. They have to get a silence on him, essentially, to be able to kill him. But even then, Funny's going to come in with like a Fate's Edict or False Promise, which he has now, so he's level 6. Iceberg will find a double damage route. He can head up top. I think they saw that. Well, they pinged it out. Yeah, so it's like, I know something is up. I think they saw that he was missing from lane, and then they see him come back, and they see that he's a double damage rune. There's a good chance they're not going to try to fight into that Quap anytime soon. So, by the way, second double damage rune for Iceberg is pretty outstanding. Ice Frog, please. Koip was up to 1,000 gold. We'll keep our eye on this Mr. Nagasiren, Mrs. Nagasiren, I should say. Like this finding farm where he can, whenever he can find it. What if Novos? They're gonna push back this group wave, getting under the tower for Yapsor and Kizu. Kizu picked up his arcades. He's got a soul ring, so he's gonna be on his way towards his mech. With that mech, no Diggity can fight a lot better. And you have to wonder if the Doom will pick it up. He's got a chainmail, but it's not been the primest pickup for Dooms. Infernal Blade or Cinderin's just gonna harass him down. A lot of damage from that. He's an intelligence hero, so he's probably fine because it is percent-based damage. 1.25 max percent HP as damage. TP stop, but there is an observer ward here. Sentries would need to get placed down by Cinder in here. I think he knows that there is something going on. He's going to use his sentry momentarily. There it is. Observer ward will be found. Extra 100 gold going his way. I think he got the last hit anyways. I hope he did. And they're going to set something up. Yapsor, Purifying Flames, Fortune's End on it too. Boast, he's gotten an infest if he wants to go into Funnick, if he needs to get out of here quickly. Which I don't think there will be an issue. They really won't dive into this tower. That's an awesome ward. That ward is actually sick. Look at the vision it gives you. It gives you the entire tower vision. I've never seen that ward before. That thing's awesome. And it's not in range of the tower to get True Sight anymore. So they changed it. That's actually the sickest ward ever. Koifa might be dead. Chakram comes in. It's going to hit. They missed the Timber Chain, though. His Ghost, I think, cut the tree down that he was trying to Timber Chain, too. It's a bit awkward. Ooh, Iceberg. Not the best time for a pause, but I think he'll be okay. He's got Blink immediately. Crippling Fear's not there yet, obviously, so we're good to go back. He should be okay. I think he should be fine. He won't get the room, but he should be okay. Yeah. Darkness has popped. Aaron, in the meantime, is looking for his Blink Dagger. That might be the item they need to control this game. He's getting there. He's going to buy TP. He can buy his full wand, too, in a moment. Full wand plus magic, Blink Dagger will come in. Blink in. Yapsor in trouble. Sonic Wave. Silence up. It's a little bit too late. Actually, gets the high ground miss, I think, and Iceberg can't finish the job. He has to back away. And Koifa will TP back in after the Sonic Wave pushes the Creep Wave in. The Screwed Pain, rather. And he's up to 1,800 gold. Radiance Watch 2016. Koifa continues to climb his way to the top of the net worth charts and move forward. That's not current gold. That's current gold. That's what we're looking for. Go Black and Sinner are going to run into each other once again. Dancing the same old dance they've been dancing the entire game so far. I won't say it's the most exciting game on the face of the planet. It's 3-1 at 11 minutes in, but it's not lacking for interest. We talked about what we need to talk about. The Lifestealer is eventually going to get involved here pretty soon. Probably when they get the Quap her first item, or if the Temperature Shawl, everyone wants to go in. Avos can start fighting with his team. I mean, he's got his armlet already. I think that's probably what they're waiting for. I guess they just don't want to fight 5-on-5. I mean, you still have Kizu who's level 8, so there is some timing left. Like, he's got wall, sure, but he only has level 1 vacuum. So we're not quite at that point yet where this game gets a little bit difficult for for Team Spirit if they fight in. And they have Doom too. For Go Black. No smokes have come out this entire game so far, which I find very interesting. What do I know? I don't know anything. This is just a Dota game. A very slow-paced Dota game. Doesn't this really benefit No Diggity, though, when you think about it? You're against a Nagasar, and you always feel like the clock is ticking. You're like, can we really beat her late game? Lifestealer's just not the best hero to deal with illusions later on down the road. The hero that is a Timbersaw. Not to mention a Quap's pretty good, too. And here it is. It's the Infest Bomb, our first smoke of... Actually, it's an Invis Room. An Invis Bomb coming out from Queen of Pain. And they might find 2 heroes Cinder being nearby. He does have Demonic Purge, so he can slow the Lifestealer, but if he gets blown up quickly, they have their Quap ulti in 10 seconds. There's not going to be a sentry. The smoke will not break. But instead, they're going to go on mid. There's going to be the Silence Up. There's going to be the Soul Catcher. He's going to use his stick charge, Demonic Purge, but Iceberg jumps in now. With no Purge coming up, they have to use the ultimate disruption on Cinder itself. He was, of course, getting brought down by Hobos. Sid tried to TP out, but the Rage was there for just a second longer. Otherwise, he would have made it, but he tried to TP before the Rage was done. He needed to run. He was going to die in one way or another, and that TP was probably the best chance he had. Slaughter's got his Blink initiation, but without the Shadow, that might be tough. He's got amp damage, jump on everybody. It's a 5-man push right now. You can see Kizu's not coming in either. He has his TP scroll to let their tier 1 tower go down. Turns into a 1-for-0 exchange with Team Spirit, not only getting that kill, but getting the tower on top of it. But it could have been a lot worse. Good Quake Fasson coming out from the Naga Siren. It does give Team Spirit about 3,000 net worth advantage. We'll call it 2,500, and an experience advantage of 1,500. And the point booster is now picked up for Ghosted, which is going to make it that much harder to kill this guy. And he did go for the 3 points on reactive armor, but I'm not sure when he went for it. I didn't see his build entirely. I don't think anybody did, unless you're watching a game. Kizu is going to get chased down by Hobos. There's the open wounds. They've got 4 to 10. They're going to use it immediately. He's in trouble. Blink, Slithering Crush initiation. Shadow Demon comes in with Disruption to save. The Purifying Flames, Fate Zedic will go. They have plenty of righteous damage. Walls in the deck. Iceberg comes in. Sonic Wave. Misses, but only hits on Cinder, and he's going to try to get out. He might make it. Gets doomed at the tail end of the engagement. And he will fall. In the meantime, everyone else has made it out alive. Ball's Promise did some work, and Air was able to blink out and TP away in the corner of the tree line. So not a bad fight coming out for No Diggity. It's not that much gold going either way, but it is an exchange that favors them a little bit in terms of both gold and experience. And in the meantime, Yapsor as well as Air are just pushing bottom. Yapsor is going to be picking up a Midas. They're going to play for the late game, which you have a Naga who almost has Relic is not shocking. He's going to get dove again. Meanwhile, there's the Chakram as well as the Infernal Blade to grab that kill with the Whirling Death to get it done. They'll lose the tier 1 top. Meanwhile, the tier 1 bottom goes down as well. Is he going Midas too? Is everyone going to go Midas for No Diggity? They've really decided that this is a late game for them. It's not a terrible idea. Koikfa is going to have his Relic at any moment now. There's an Observer Ward here at the Roche Pit, though, so they need to be careful. Although no Nature's Prophet to TP in and kill the Courier if it's been spotted. Echo Saber comes out for Hobos. Still a lot of discussion going on between the pros as to who Echo Saber is actually good on. We've seen it on Lifestealer more than once. With Feast and Open Wounds, pretty damn solid choice. Allows you to stay alive rather easily, not to mention just chew through opponents' HP's pools because of how much damage you actually do as a Lifestealer. Base damage for Lifestealer is pretty damn solid early on in the game. So he's going to go pick up the Echo Saber. He's got Blightstone for armor reduction, and he's got his Armlet as well for extra damage. He's going to infest into Iceberg, and they've got a Eul Scepter for the Queen of Pain to avoid that silence on the Night Stalker. As long as No Diggity don't lose like all 5 heroes in a team fight, I don't think they're in any real danger yet. But Koikfa is a person they definitely don't want to lose. Radiance, he didn't pick up the Relic. He picked up instead the Recipe, and he's actually 600 gold away. Yapsor is going to spot this out. Infest is going to go. Eul Scepter, Saga, the Siren will go, and Hobos is still raged up. Now the open wounds will come out good and snare from Koikfa to make sure that Hobos can't go any further. And Koikfa will keep this gank to a bare minimum, which is just a little bit of damage to the Night Stalker. And I think maybe some Observer Wards placed up, and they actually didn't put any wards down with this. They're going to just try to push into the tier 2 tower. While this is happening, guess who's pushing top? It's Sin, and then of course Kizu's going to cut the creep blade, and his full mech is now done. So if they want to go for something, they can. Arrow might need to blink away, and he will do so as Ghost Tick was nearby. And the tower's about to fall. Boom, shakalaka. Kizu has bought his mech. It'll fly out on the Courier. And No Diggity are looking like they really can take this to the late game now that the Naga Siren has eclipsed the lifestealer and farm. All right. Everybody set your timers for about 20 minutes from now. If the game's not over at that point, then no Diggity are in some prime territory, some prime real estate, if you will.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For Spirit, they're going to play as 5, though, for the most part. They do TP back to the mid with Ghost Stick just to make sure he can finish up his Bloodstone, which would be a great time for that. He's very close to it, actually. In the top lane, they're going to find Synderen again. He's going to go down 4 depths. 4 of these 7 depths on his team are coming from him, and the Havos Lifestealer will get it done again. It's not really his fault, but Surge comes out, but a great use from Iceberg to keep him in place. He'll try to TP. He actually might make it away. Sonic Wave's available. They won't use it, though, because they know they can't get the kill. He uses Mech to stay alive as well. I think that was actually on Synderen. Sind is like no way staying alive in like any of these situations. If he disrupts one person, there's another to kill him. If he disrupts himself, he's gonna die. He can't disrupt the Lifestealer. Demonic Courage will do a little bit, but not enough. So there hasn't been too much that Sind has done this game yet. But later on down the road, Demonic Purge may be a great ability to start things off, to kick things off in a team fight. You could go with the Disruption also, which will help. And Koikva's got his Radiance done, so it doesn't really matter what happens with Sin. It really just matters that Koikva can keep the lanes pushed out, and with the Radiance, it's going to be a lot easier. They have picked up a Shadow Blade, though, for the Doom. He picked up an early Chainmail. You're like wondering, okay, what is he buying? Buckler, you know, Crimson Guard. Buckler into Crimson Guard, I should say. But he's picked up the Shadow Blade. They want some easier initiation on the likes of Kizu. Well, the Naga Siren in particular, I think. He wants to come in, get that right click off, and follow up with a Doom, and he should be able to do that now. Air's going to pick up his Armlet next. Pick up the Helm of the Iron Will. Gonna pop his Midas. He's pretty close to it. Picks up the most expensive component. And Go Black's Shadow Bladed up, looking for Mr. Slardar.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Will not find anybody. Yeah, I mean, Team Spirit are just playing sort of as 5, sort of as 4. And they're trying to find kills, and no Diggity have given away a minimal amount of depths. And you can argue that Synderen is tanking all of these ganks, which actually puts No Diggity in a very good position. If they had lost the Naga, if they had lost the Night Stalker, then maybe they'd be in a bit worse of a position. But because Synderen has tanked 4 of these depths as a support, his team is actually doing pretty well. They have good vision now up here top lane. They pop the Darkness, which means I don't think there's a Riverward scout anybody heading up here. But it does mean that Team Spirit are going to be playing a bit more defensively, which is very interesting with how this game is progressing. There's a Desolator, in fact, coming up for Vos, by the way. And Diggity will continue to move as a team, with the exception of the Naga Siren, who now does have Boots of Travel. He needs to buy it immediately. Ghost Stick. Chakram's going to come through. Bots are now done. Synderen, I don't think this is going to work. Yep, there's the Yules, the Iceberg, who actually blinked in at the right time, and Sin is probably dead. Disruption comes out. He gets Infernal Bladed, and everyone else, I think, from No Diggity probably just leaves at this point again. Synderen tanks the gank. He gets a ward down in the process. Bunnick is on up his sentry. I think he's got one flying out. No, one lace for Ghost Stick. Vos here mid. Song of the Siren's available. He's going to try to use his Ensnare, perhaps. Oh, Quake is in trouble. Ensnare will come out. He'll TP out. Infest does the damage. No! And if the Vos gets stunned up with that Naga Siren, Song of the Siren at the very end, would have actually gotten that kill with one more right click, but he couldn't get it in time. The Rage, when he infested out, was gone. Big issue. And again, Koifer will stay alive. He is forced to back up for a bit. Iceberg and Team Spirit go for Roche. Do they have the Desolator yet? No. Not quite. This is going to take a bit. Especially if the Lifestealer's down here, but if Roche is coming in. Even with the Lifestealers, this will take a long time. They get the scan off, the Radiant scan for No Diggity. We'll see that this is happening, that someone has walked into the Roche pit. Darkness will go, and Funnick might be first contact, but instead, No Diggity are not going to contest. They want to get this tower. They're going to push into the tier 3, and they will TP back home with Era. They are not contesting this at all. By the time they get over to Roche, if they get there, it'll already be dead for Team Spirit. And it looks like the call was just been made for No Diggity just to farm up and say, no, that's enough of that. You guys got this. We'll let you take it. We're not going to fight for a little while. It's going to be Iceberg picking up the Aegis, interestingly enough. Net worth grab, again, we talked about it. If this game goes long enough and it's going to go in favor of no Diggity, it is now even completely. Experience-wise, it's still favoring the Spirit squad. But things are getting a bit dicey. He's got his max vacuum, 2 levels, and wall. Yapsor has almost his full Aghanim Scepter with about 600-ish gold to go. Koifa just bought his bots, is now up to 1,500 gold for probably his Yasha and Tamanta next.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's one thing you rely on, it's the inevitability of an Nagasiren if you have a good start, which Koifa certainly did. Not to mention Air's doing pretty well. He's got a Midas, he's got his Armlet completed next, and I don't know what he's going to be going for after, but we'll wait and see. Iceberg has his Ags now done. Good for the short cooldown. I think it's really important in this game to keep the waves pushed out, so Aghanim Scepter for the Queen of Pain is very, very, very good. Avos will scout things out up here, but Observer World will show that Ghost Stick is coming in as well. He's got his Windlace up and 13 Bloodstone charges after getting 1 kill. Shadowblade with the Doom's going to lead the way, but it was on top of the Sentry Ward and an Observer. I think it might have scouted it out, although this ward is a little bit behind the tree line, so they might not have seen. They should know that there is a Doom nearby, and it looks like they are TPing and responding in kind with Zendrin nearby. Yeah, some sentries to put some down. But like, Koik, you actually might be in a bad spot, dude. You might want to think about TPing out, but in reality, everyone is in mid for Team Spirit. They're all grouping up together. Keys, you could do just split push at this point. Drops his Guardian Greaves for extra efficiency with his Soul Ring Sacrifice. Iron Shell Vacuum. They have the tier 3 now getting hit up by creeps. You can see the chip damage has already been done a little bit, and they're going to go to work again. All this is happening, and Vos is just like, I want the tier 2 tower. He's going to find it. It'll take a fair bit. He also has 3 stacks of poison on him. 4. Nope, misses that one. Still do some mild annoyance. Yeah. An annoying amount of damage. There's the tier 2. Ags, Night Stalker, Darkness will go as soon as it becomes daytime. And Yapsor will lead the way. Giving him a gem would be pretty good as well. By the way, this was pinged out. I'm not sure if they knew it was placed. I think that was a phonic ping, and not a Kizu ping. It was a brown ping, I'm pretty sure. Air up in the high ground, sees Go Black, will blink away. He's got sprint up in 1. Go Black actually sees him. Shadowblade is on cooldown for 7 seconds, however. There are 3 heroes in the vicinity for Team Spirit, so if you try to go on this as no Diggity, it's a bit questionable, I think.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
2 to 8. Again, not the most super exciting game for either squad, but Boyk continues to farm up and get to a Yasha now, as I had mentioned previously. And there's a Blink Dagger for Kizu too. They've got it all, man. They've got everything. They've got good vision. They're farming well. Very close. The only thing they don't have is farm on Cinderin. Did get 900 gold. It looks like Yap will just buy the gem for himself. Uh-oh, Shadowblade coming out. Go Black. He's got Doom. He's got to find Koifa. You should know this is not an illusion. Gonna start with the Infernal Blade, probably. Doom's gonna come out. Koifa is gonna get chased down. Doctor will come through, cut the trees down, and Koifa is caught between a rock and a hard place. The Ensnare will come through. He more than likely will go down at this point. Cinderin has already left into his own devices, and Koifa Song will not make it there. It was half a second left on the Doom, but even if he did use the Song, he still probably ends up dying at that tail end of the engagement. Still making space, though, for the rest of his team, as Kizu has done half of the tower damage to tier 3.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was the first kill we've seen him in how long? 5-ish minutes. Yep, pretty much 5 minutes. What a game. What a world we live in.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Team Spirit will clear up that tier 2 tower down bottom, and so there is 1 tier 2 left for the Radiant team 2. Oh, hold that thought. Slaughter is going to get caught top lane. Timber Chain comes out with the Whirling Death and Chakrams. Slithering Crush, they get off the Guardian Greaves. And whenever he goes to down, they're doing a lot of damage. Back in, it's not enough. They're going to pause promise him. Era, can he TP out in time? Kizu probably won't make it, but Era can blink away at any moment's notice. Iceberg can blink in 2 seconds. Era needs to find a way to blink into the tree line and TP out, and he will make it away. Aegis expires as that fight happens, and Ghostic got pretty damn close to death, but instead he gets up to 15 Bloodstone charges afterwards. Again, it's more space created for the rest of no Diggity, but this time it is a big loss in the darks here. Era finds, or Iceberg rather finds Era, I should say. He's in trouble, he's got Armlet Toggle, but he rotated all the way mid just to harass it essentially very quickly. Qualifier Manta is just about done, unless he has something on the courier already, in which case, nope, nothing on the courier.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Team Spirit, they know that the way to the high ground is through these tier 2 towers. Getting all of the outer towers down allows them to have a little bit of an advantage, which of course you can see is about 3,000 now in their favor. Hobos with the Desolator, and it looks like a Heart, or at least a Reaver coming out, allows him to be tanky enough to go high ground. They have to wait for the next Roche more than likely. The waves pushed out, and that's what the Aghanim Scepter is for the Queen of Pain, probably. Not to mention the Scream. AC coming out for Go Black. AC is done, and they get the Heart or whatever they're buying for the Lifestealer, and that's when you probably start going. Because you don't have Octarine yet for Qualifier, and if it gets to that point, I don't think you're screwed, but it becomes very difficult to push high ground. It is a Heart, and he has a Vitality Booster? Not yet. He's close. 1,000, what? 200? 1,100. Really, at this point, only 1,000 away. Kizu has made his home in the top lane, continuing the split push as much as possible. Cinderin has found himself Funnick, which is not fun. Darkness comes out, and he disrupts himself to avoid the Fortune's End, which was a smart play. They even dropped down an Observer Ward, which is where that Dire Ward was placed. I think Funnick had vision there, and then it was countered immediately. They've purchased a gem, so that doesn't happen anymore. They need to make sure their jungle is not warded. Team Spirit have to keep that top lane pushed out. In order to do that, finding kills is a necessity. Which, of course, they only found that one kill on Takizu a little while ago. Speaking of him, a little far up. Siege creep. Going to work. Iceberg has the Infest Bomb ready. He's going to look for somebody. Era might be the target, and he's in the tree line towards the side shop. If only Yapster was here a little bit earlier. He will probably spot out Iceberg. Well, instead, Crush misses on the Ghost Stick. This is a problem all of a sudden. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 fight, and Era gets chopped down by Hobo's right click. It's very strong. A lot of right click damage, especially with the Desolator, and Yapster is going to get heals up. He's about to lose this gem of True Sight. They have Guardian Greaves. The Silence will come out into the Ghost. Sonic Wave comes out. Guardian Greaves is not there. The gem's on the deck, and so they didn't even have to buy that gem. Phoenix like, damn it, I just spent 900 gold. Diggity feel even worse, I'm sure, about that. They did not expect Iceberg to smoke up and be with the Lifestealer. I'll smoke again. Maybe just push straight down mid, honestly. Well, Vos doing that. Qualifier will continue to farm up his Manta on top of 30,000 gold now completed. Octarine is coming soon. Not yet, though. And now, Team Spirit have garnered an even further net worth advantage with about 4,000. Some very aggressive Observer Wards coming out for the Dire side for Team Spirit. And there's that Heart.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And look at this, Qualifier just cuts the creep wave. And Team Spirit like, you've got to be kidding me. No damage done to the tier 3 tower structurally. Meanwhile, their top tier 3 tower is being assaulted left, right, and center. The Naga Siren's illusion will come out again. Do some decent damage. Riptide this too if he wants. Meanwhile, Qualifier was getting ganked and then he just TP's out immediately. He's like, they're probably coming for me. They're not mid anymore. Makes it away. Roche up in 25 seconds. BKB done for Era. We talked about the Quap getting her BKB as well. She's on the high ground for some reason or another. Wards will scout them walking outside of their base, though, which is troublesome.
Dire's middle tower
I literally just looked at Qualifier, and he's up to like a 1,300 more gold than where he was at beforehand. They'll find Goblok. They know that he's there. Yapster was here as well. Darkness pops. Go Black probably should leave. Instead, they're going to Southern Pressure the Iceberg and Fest out. Arrow was not expecting this. The wall is up in the deck. Rage will go. BKB for Iceberg. Can he make it out alive? The Sonic Wave will bring Kizu down to his knees, and Arrow dead in the dirt. 2 dead on both sides. Blink away immediately to get out. Actually, Sidderin wasn't even there. He just TP'd immediately. And then YapzOr just ran as quickly as he possibly could. And Ghostic just clears out the creep wave bottom. So big fight coming up. They did not expect again the Lifestealer to be inside the Queen of Pain. How many times has that been? Wait, 2, 3 times? Something like that? Something ridiculous? I don't know. You tell me. It is now daytime for another good couple of minutes here, not to mention YapzOr has Darkness up in 60 some odd seconds, and they continue to lose their net worth advantage. Roche is up, there's a 12,000 experience lead for Team Spirit, and I talked about the Naga Siren being able to win this game. But they're getting kind of far behind at this point. Maybe a little too far behind. And Spirit pretty much have all the items they need, especially with an Aegis now, to go high ground. They have to do is keep the waves pushed out and hope that Naga doesn't cut the creep wave with the illusions, which is a definite possibility. Anyways, Iceberg will grab the Aegis again. His next item, well, he had the BKB Ags, and he just bought bots as well, so he's got some quick movement speed. Havos, he's got 2,000 gold, so he can buy bots as well. They have all the items. They just need to secure maybe 1 or 2 kills and then turn that into a high ground push. Again, the Naga Lucia was trying to maybe cut the creep wave. It did some serious damage. He wants, I think, have Octarine plus buyback. You look at Octarine core, it's 5,900, so he's not there yet. He's close. He is now. He's actually got enough. He knows this, and he's going to buy the entire Octarine. Yep, buyback, he's got a plenty, 194 surplus. And Era also looking for the buyback plus BKB, which is not close. 300 surplus. He did just die, which is a big problem, I think. And here comes Savos. Disruption is going to make these illusions do some serious damage, but there's the open wounds out of Kizu, who will go ahead and just surge himself. No Fortune's End. There's no Bunic Oracle there. Top's getting pushed out, and they have to make a decision. Do we TP home? The answer to that question is yes. It'll be Doom going back, and now there's a 4 versus 5 advantage for no Diggity if they want to try to take a fight, and they did buy the BKB for Era. Song, it's gonna go, and they're gonna find Bunic. Iceberg is gonna get out because he's got the bots. They're looking for more. Havos will get slept. They both get slept. All of a sudden, this is not looking maybe that great. They're gonna try to focus Bunic down, but he's already used the false promise. Sonic Wave onto 2 comes through. Good Guardian Group works the backing up. Iceberg gets his back wall back in onto 3. Nice lead on Air, jumping in, looking for more. Blink out. Iceberg's low. They get still has an Aegis. Blink's not up in 6 seconds. YapzOr, he's got Void. They're both speedy, but Iceberg has Blink ready to go. And Ghosted trying to get out. They've already lost the Oracle. Meanwhile, on the backside, Havos can it bring him down? They have this Demonic Purge though. The Ensnare comes out. Comes through, trying to turn it around his Spirit. They've lost the Aegis. Ghosted gets stunned up, gets bashed up, and now Havos, as well as Quake, but going toe-to-toe. Era doomed. Iceberg back into the fray. Comes up with his Aegis. Havos is low, but not dead yet. Can regen up with that Heart of Breath. Back to 2-for-1 exchange. They lose 3 as Godlike gets a double kill, and Kizu will go down for 62 seconds. It's a great fight for no Diggity, but Team Spirit with the Aegis, had they not had Iceberg, had they had the Doom, he took a little bit longer to get back, and Aaron knew this. He's drawing the line to show that's exactly the path that he took, but he did get there in time. So now Diggity have to fight without air for 49 seconds. They might lose racks here. Quake with no song, it's down for 36 seconds. They have buyback for the Darkseer, but no wall for 62. This might be game for Team Spirit. They might be, well, not game. They'll probably just get at least 1 set of racks, but then against the Naga Siren, it's not that great. Well, I mean, it's good. I shouldn't say not that great, but it's not enough, is what I meant to say. Anyways, really good fight coming out. Team Spirit. They lost Funnick very early on. He had to false promise himself, so they could focus other heroes down. Quake was trying to man fight Havos, but eventually he got disrupted by Ghosted coming in, Go Black. It was a tough fight, I think. Diggity to take. And that was a good back wall, but you just saw that there was a haste run up for Iceberg, which was the biggest issue. They couldn't lock her down. I think it was just so fast, and I thought it was the bots, but it's just the haste rune, actually. Well, Naga Siren is up to 2.8k with 1,400 surplus. The next item, maybe Diffusal Blade? What do you go for against this life stealer? I'm wondering. Maybe a Lincoln Sphere against the Doom? That might be your best option. Or you hope that Darkseer might be getting it, but he has the Void Stone, so he could be going Hex 2. I was thinking more of a damage item than a Lincoln Sphere. It's more defensive. He's got some good damage, but I think he used Diffusal Blade. Maybe that's his 6th item. He's got 4 slots now. He just needs the next 2, which is the Kill and the Bottle. I think one of these will be a Lincoln Sphere, and then the other will maybe be a Diffusal. Who knows? I honestly have no idea. Loving this pause, though. Really enjoying that vacuum sound, or the wall sound, excuse me. Avos needed to take a second. How's your day, everybody? How's life for all of you? Doing well, hopefully? I hope so. I know I am. Having a very good day. I'm about to, anyway. We're getting there. Almost 21 CEST. I'm surprised the Diggity aren't like, question mark? What's going on? Can somebody tell me? What's the dealio here? I don't know what that says. That's funny. Well, that's probably why I don't know what it says. There's a good chance. That's why I don't know what it says. Let's talk about items. Shiva's Guard's going to be next for the Timber Saw. That or Lotus Orb, but I think Shiva's is probably a better option. Vos is now up to 3k, so he could sell... He can get bots and then get another item on top of that. Asher, maybe. Kizu saying that that's not 1 minute, that's more like 5. Go Black just saying, I'm repeating a boast. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. At a critical juncture in the game, Junction. Spirit back up. They're going to try to clear out the illusion and make sure they can push in. So they have 42 free seconds essentially to work with. Although, not sure how free it is. So Boast is cutting the creep wave, and creep wave for the Dire team will be on the doorstep here at about 15 seconds left in respawn time for Slaughter. It's backdoor protected now, so Boast can't really quite do anything yet. Very soon he can. And then just Qualifier goes back to work, split pushing, keeping the waves pushed out, making sure that they're forced back. You could already see they dealt with the creep wave back towards the midline. Iceberg went in and dealt with the Nagasar and Illusion, but Illusion creep cutting towards top, and it's actually going to go to work on the tower. And so Avos is back, and this is the biggest issue against the Nagasar. If all of your lanes are not pushed out, there's going to be a giant creep wave at your tier 3 tower in some other lane across the map. And so they don't get even any damage onto this tower at all. Bunny almost dying to the illusions. Fate's Edict keeps him alive with the Radiance Burn. Died. Purifying Flames will heal him up. He's actually having to man fight against this. And Ghostic will pause the game and determine where they move from here. This will not be 1 to 2 minutes. Alec Murr saying something either clever or stating a rule. I don't know which. I don't know what that means, really. I'm sure this game will end sometime in the near future, though. No doubt about it. No way a Nagasaran game goes on to be, hours long. There's no way. I don't believe it. They did pick up the gem again for the Night Stalker. He also has Vlad's. I think he's had that for a while, though. I'm pretty sure. Qualifier now has 2.4k in surplus. Buyback is ready. G is called, and we'll get back into the fray. Please stop pausing. We'll make it through this game sometime, I imagine. Duke picks River for himself, too. They just want to be tanky. One way to be able to push high ground is just be tanky enough and not take damage. Just raw HP as they continue to pressure and go further and further. Roche is not up anytime soon. They just took that Aegis down. Yapsor and Arrow will just move forward. They have a gem, so they know that there's no vision here. They'll drop a ward down. Yapsor making sure that there's absolutely no vision around this Roche pit. And so Spirit have no idea that Yapsor is over here with the rest of his team. And Dig will push down bottom with the Ion Shell. It's a double Ion Shell. It's about to be a triple. And try to pressure this tier 2 tower. Naga Siren Illusion is getting cleaned up, and now Koikfa and the rest of the crew are going to have to TP back. They all have it. Except for the Night Stalker, who hopefully is back home already. He's ran down towards that bottom lane. They have to use the glyph, and all of a sudden, Havos is just going to work. They finally pushed in the wave. They said, we've made a decision. We need to get this tier 3 tower, and they'll get it done. No rage available. It's down for 4 seconds. They could use a back wall at this point, but the Darkster's not quite there yet. Syndra's going to use some Shadow Poison. There's the Observer Ward up the high ground. Shiva's Guard to get away. Havos still going to work. They're going to pop the Mantis-style illusions and go to town on Iceberg. No Aegis this time. Song of the Siren gets the fan stare for Havos. You're going to keep him and Godlike still there. They're going to take off the Song of the Siren. Slurry Crush, there's the False Promise. Sonic Wave only hits out of keys. He gets the Guarding Grooves off. He's in trouble. He's got Wall still available. He needs to use it before it goes down. You'll set drop into the Naga Siren. I think you have to back up now. Vacuum back. It's not there. It's down a cooldown for a couple of seconds here. 14, in fact, they've got another ensnare in 1 second. Can they find anybody? Funnick is not the target they are looking for, but they'll take whatever they can get. He gets the Fortune Zed off to make sure he can purify it. Now in still trouble. Great Slithering Crush onto 2. Go Black's in trouble. He'll fall. Koikfa gets up a dominating spree. They're looking for more, but that's all they'll secure with that. They lose the Melee Rex in the process. They had to use Wall. Wall accomplished nothing. No Vacuum back. Still no Diggity. Get out with 2 clean kills as Koikfa does a lot of damage. They can maybe start to pressure this tier 2 tower or tier 3 tower, depending on what they want. Roche is still not up, guys. You just saw the Aegis was taken down. Checking it again. A little early, but no Diggity. We'll head to the tier 2 tower. It is a butterfly for the Naga Siren, which I completely agree with in this situation. Gonna keep her very tanky and tough to kill. They'll take down that tier 2 tower. They'll try to push down with the Doom down for 23 seconds. I don't think they'll commit to anything. They just want to keep the waves pushed in as much as possible. Again. Speaking of waves being pushed in, so much for that. $2,000 gold for Era. He's sort of been stifled. He had his Blink, his Treads, his Armlet, his BKB, and his Midas, and he had his BKB maybe 5 minutes ago? Maybe a little bit less, because of the pause. I feel like it comes down to a good Hex from Keys or a good back wall. Big disruption. Sind is going Ags. Not shockingly. Having multiple demonic purges is pretty good. And back up to 2.8k for Koikfa. Sold his bottle. Hila, so not quite the mana regen he's looking for, but spots, he's back home every 25 seconds anyways, so roughly that time. MKB for Havos, that was wondering what item he would go last for actual damage. It's an MKB. He saw the butterfly coming out for a Koikfa, and he said, I need something to shoot through that, and the true strike from the MKB will do just that. Let's get his bots as his last item, although phasing through is really, really important. It is the Diffusal Blade as the Naga Siren's last item. He buys the full Diffusal 2. Koikfa is now 6 slotted. And we'll see if he can get 7, 8 slotted, have the Courier, the personal wardrobe, if you will, coming next. Biggest problem is that he dies. He's got buyback at 984 gold, but not until then. And Havos actually cleared out those illusions rather quickly, and that's the MKB just doing its job. Roche back up, and we don't know how long yet. The timer's going to tell us momentarily. I think it already came up on the side, but I didn't see it. Minute 36. It's not that bad. Halfway through its max respawn, so it's not bad. Almost a 10-minute Roche respawn. It's not bad. And there's that heart done for Go Black as well. Ghostic has had a quietly good game. 20 Bloodstone charges, 0 deaths. In fact, I don't think he's the only one on his team. There's 3 of them with no deaths. That's himself, Quap, as well as the life. So the 3 cores for Team Spirit have not died once this entire game. No Diggity are trying to figure out how to crack that shell. And Havos is going to walk up and actually might get caught here. They backed. They thought, okay, well, everyone's going to be here. The Zapster's like, no, we should fight this. They are completely out of position. They will see Go Black there, but they will not see anybody else. And they see that Havos is leaving. They need to make an initiation attempt here. Yapzor is still chasing everybody down. He's very speedy. Havos might get stunned here. Some crush will come out. Can they bring him down? They don't have the ensnare. Backs up. The wall will come out as well. Now Havos is going to get caught. Amplified damage. He still has that heart. He needs to rage. He's taking a lot of damage from that Doom. And here comes the Chakram as well. Meanwhile, top lane, Qualifier TP'd it. It's Rax time. He's going to work on the melee. He's got Song ready to go. Song of the Siren will come out. He will TP himself out just in time. Goblack will not be able to make it there. He's taking that tier 3 tower, and it's just like that. Qualifier plays the rat game, and his split pushes to fruition. Finds himself a tier 3 tower and almost gets himself the melee Rax. Song's only down for 29 seconds, so he can do it all again roughly in about that period of time. And on top of that, Roche is respawned. They don't have nighttime, so Yapzor can't see. They could have taken it so quickly with amp damage and all the damage they actually do, but now kind of feels like they're just giving up the advantage at this point. Academ Scepter. Wow. Anyways. This is exactly what I was talking about. Ooh, they'll know. They need to make a go here. Yapzor needs to walk up now. By the time they get there, they're going to know Roche has already been taken. There it goes. They're going to get cheese and an Aegis. Quap will get the Aegis. Goblack will pick up the cheese. Quap, by the way, picked up a Lincoln Sphere. I thought was going to go from the Naga Siren, but that's not actually the case. I don't think they're going to go in. There's the Hex up on Goblack, and they're looking for a Vac. Well, they've got it. Amp damage up at the post. He's got Rage. Iceberg was looking for a Yule set to target. It's on to Kizu. He's in trouble. The open wounds, he's got Surge and Creep, but he goes down immediately to Hubos, who gets so much damage. The open wounds coming through. No more darkness anymore. They pop the Void as well as the Crippling Fury into Goblack, but it's just not nearly enough. They're trying to create space for Quake for top lane, but immediately there were heroes there to deal with it. They did do a lot of damage to this ranged Rax. Still, though, they had Nears nearby to help out. Ugh, come on. He's... Song of the Siren's gonna go. They're gonna find Funnick. They're gonna find Havos, but it's Koifu who's actually TPing out, realizing that he's actually in trouble.
Regeneration.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember the upgrade for this Aghanim Scepter. Open Wounds is going to go onto Quakeva, defuse it off, make sure he can get out in time. Going to get the Crippling Fear onto Goblack again, and get a lot of damage from those illusions. Chakram will come out, double Chakram. Ghostic has picked up an Aghanim Scepter for himself, so he's got the double Chakram ready to go. Sin still, actually, he's got enough money for his. He want a buyback, so if he buys it now, he'll just be in trouble. Iceberg jumps right in. Disruption ready for Cinderin, won't go though. Havos is going to get Open Wound. There's the Demonic Purge coming out. Now Cinderin uses the Soul Catcher. Havos will take some damage. He's going to get stand up as well. The wall will be dropped right down. Vacuum. Slurring Crush out of 2. Nicely done. Goblack in trouble. He's got the cheese though. Sonic Wave. Air's going to get caught with it. Pops the BKB. So to slow things down. They've already lost their Darks. Their Kizu going down once again. Dead for 62 seconds. And Koifa, with no dog left, will have to try to fight this alone with the rest of his team. Ghostic, Drew being the bodyguard, pushing the rest of the squad back to go to work on the Rax. Melee Rax about to fall. It's 2 down. It's a full set of Rax, not to mention they're going straight towards mid. A Boast. Still so damn tanking with the heart, can regen up rather quickly. We're getting snared up again. This time amp damage. Here comes Iceberg trying to help out. Jump in, Era. Rush down the 3, but a great false promise from Funny comes down. They get away with the Timbersaw chain. Now Air's going to get doomed up, defensively disrupted, but won't stay alive more than likely. Will probably go down to this doom. Yapzor probably has to deny him. It's not going to really matter. He actually might make it back to the wall and heal up, and he will make it through and stay alive. And the range Rex goes mid. Now the TP's going to be coming in. Battle beat from Yapzor, looking for a Void, and Crippling Fear can't find it. Backs up away, waiting for the rest of his team. Great fight coming out. What a good false promise.
Double damage.
Apsor. Rest of the team behind him, looking maybe for some initiation. Go Black has not scouted him yet. They are in blind at this point. You do not see the entire squad of No Diggity are wrapping around, looking for Ghost Stick. Avos will go. Soul Catcher comes out. He's got the Agate Scepter back in. Slithering Crush again from Eric, and they get it done this time. Walls on top of Ghost is low. He'll finally go down, and Eric will get the kill. Ghost Stick bashed up. Will get put in his position, and actually can't get out of there alive. Go Black in trouble as well. It's staring up. They're going to lose 3. Timber is only down for 17 seconds. They all have buyback, but they want more. And Phonic is in trouble. He's getting chased down. Yapster has his board ready to go. He's going to find it. Comes down as well. Cannot get the false promise off. Slithering Crush and Era combines up with Kizu. Finally, they get a good team fight going their way. 2 sets of racks down. Well, a rack's and a half. And now they might have to think about buying back in the Life Stealer. They are in some trouble. Not a great fight coming out for Team Spirit, but a beautiful back wall combo. We're looking for more. Well, that's ridiculous. With him down for 25 seconds, the rest of Team Spirit probably having to use buyback here. They're going to have to be very critical with how they approach this glyph. Meanwhile, Arrow jumping in, looking for Iceberg. He did throw up the amplified damage, which of course the Lincoln Sphere blocked. He's in trouble. He's going to have to pop the BKB. Aegis is gone again, so Iceberg doesn't have that. If he dies once, he's dead. Of course, he does have buyback. Meanwhile, Razorback's top lane, Shiva's guard, making sure the illusions are going to get cleared out. They can't get a Rax. They can't get any buildings out of this. No Diggity have to back up and away and stay together as a team. Although they get the fight, they don't get the buybacks expended that they wanted to. They have to take another fight exactly like that in order to get the job done. And they do a lot of damage, but it's not enough yet. Corruption comes out to make even more illusions for the Naga Siren. They're going to be sent straight towards mid. An onslaught of illusions coming out. As now they'll send 3 top. Phonic will have to deal with them Purifying Flames. He's actually got... Look at that ridiculous cooldown with the Agate Scepter. That's what was changed, by the way. It's kind of nuts. It does... I mean, the good thing is that it's only 80 mana and you have 1,800 in terms of how much he actually has. Cinderin still with his Aghanim Scepter. He's got the 3 charges up and ready to go and replenishes every 40 seconds. You can keep that that Life Stealer perma locked down as long as he can't infest out. It really comes down to a Hex, I think. Which Iceberg, by the way, has picked up. They still only have 1 for Kizu for No Diggity. Anything else coming out that I haven't noticed? I don't think so. We already talked about the axe for Phonic. Cheese is still up for Go Black. We're into 50 minutes into this game, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try to see how we progress here.
Loaded to the gills.
Naga is, again, not only 6 slotted, but has bots too. Anything on the courier, I wonder? Yaps was picking up an AC for himself, but nothing picked up for the Naga, like a refresher over anything. Not that you really need it when you have an Octarine core. Kizu continues to push top. The rest of the squad from Diggity are in maybe a bad position because here comes the push. Iceberg's right on the doorstep with that ranged Rex. Although the ranged Rex going down is not the worst thing. You might not want to use Glyph for that. You notice that Ghost Stick is not there anymore. He does have bots. He was waiting for this push. He can TP in at a moment's notice now. If they make it a go, they'll have to be very careful. They lose that Rex almost instantly. Demonic Purge comes down to the Boast. And Iceberg gets him the infested to make sure he can get out. They're looking for Go Black. They have the gem on a Yapsor. He's got Void ready to go. How far are they willing to chase this? They get the Void off and Go Black might be in trouble. He gets the silence. Back wall, the Hex up first, and now Air's going to try to go to work. Back wall comes out. Go Black will fall. Dead for 72 with no buyback. Avos, the Song of the Sirens to try to keep them in their place, but Koifa gets Hex up now. Finally, the Song will work into his advantage. However, they have already lost Kizu. Timber Chain coming in. Ghost Stick looking for more. They're going to chase down Cinder, and Shadow Strike will go. He has Disruption. He needs to use it on either himself or somebody just to stay alive. It's going to be himself for the time being, but he is in trouble. Kizu does have buyback. Cinderin gets his Demonic Purge up before going down. In fact, he's not dead yet. And Iceberg's in trouble. Dies instantly. Dead for 96 with no buyback. Avos purged up again. They get the Ensnare off. They get the False Promise. Purifying Flames. The Hex comes down into Phonic, so he can't get any more off. And Avos should fall. He actually infests into a creep. And Phonic will go down. False Promise is going to stay alive until the creep goes. He might jump out and die instantly. They have to wait until it takes damage so they can deny it. And Ghost Stick is going to push this and actually kind of accelerates his teammate's death. And Diggity are falling very close behind here. Well, Koikwa deals with the rest of the base. All right, Mr. Life Stealer. gonna get Havost out of there. He's got his rage. Silenced up though, the Hex up, and Havost dead for 92. Buyback not ready to go. You have 86 seconds without a life steal or a Diggity. Can they do it with the Naga Siren? Is the dream alive? 2 sets of racks down. The game's certainly not over yet. 40k net worth for Qualifier. GPM of 806 won't be another Qualifier Naga Siren that saves the day. With Era having some amazing Slitherine crushes. I mean, some absolutely beautiful ones set up by Kizu. Yapster walks in, gets the silence. They're all so damn tanky. They have an Octarine on Ghostic. They have a heart on Goldblack. The tier 3 tower getting assaulted. Top's getting split push. Quakefull will take down the range rack. And Era going to work. Vacuum comes in. Wall on top as well, but it's not nearly enough damage. Fortune 10 to make sure they get off that ass damage on top of Ghostic. Throws to the Chakra. The double Chakra. Kizu will go ahead and make sure he surges himself out. Top lane. They're looking for Quakefull. Good Fortune 10. Purifying Flames comes out, but there's the Saga the Siren and Ghostic. Good caught by mid lane Kizu, doomed up, and he might actually fall. Deny might come through, not in time. Dead for 96 seconds without a buyback. Shiva's guard coming in, won't actually hit on the Yaptor. It's too damn speedy. They get the full set of racks and the raised racks mid. Just about evening this score up in terms of buildings. Not quite there yet. It's a gigantic fight, but the biggest problem, and look at this net worth graph on engagement, but the biggest problem being the Darkseer is dead for 78 seconds. No buyback. Roche is up, however. And Diggity are looking to make an entrance. Maybe not. Age is not a necessity for Quakefull, who has died twice this game, although I don't think he's died in a while. Killing Quakefull doesn't mean the game is over, sadly, because of how he has buyback and how quickly he has Song of the Siren after using it the first time. It's just the illusions. They have to get Sonic Waved, although the Riptide and the Radiant Spurn do a lot of work against the illusions. They're waiting for a jump. Yapster's going to jump in Void. Get the silence off. Iceberg jumping up. Fortune 10 will hit onto him and slows him down to a standstill. But he just runs. And he's got bots they're going to blink forward and look for, but they can't grab him. And meanwhile, it was a bait all along. The Naga Siren illusion is just dealing with the creep wave. He's got Riptide ready to go, I think, in a second. Can he get it off in time? He cannot. I don't know if that would have gotten the job done. Meanwhile, Havost is on the front lines again. This time, still no buyback and not farming it up. They want to go and they want to go now. Well, there's 10 seconds without the Darkseer. Glyph is back up, so they won't be able to get this done in time. The Glyph will follow shortly thereafter. The Rage is going to come out from Havost so he can get that extra attack speed. Demonic Purge comes out as well. Now, going for getting chased out by Ghostic. Team Spirit are still looking to do this. Kizu, back wall comes in, Slithering Crush on top. Ball probably comes immediately onto Havost. Iceberg has to blink out with the BKB. Havost will stay alive. Quick is low, not dead yet. Purifying Flame going to work. Song of the Siren, but the Rage is there, and Havost will get the job done. Infested to a creep, it's into the illusion. He has to come out immediately. The Relay Rack is getting brought down. Era jumps back, and Havost will fall, but he's got buyback this time. Meanwhile, Funnick as well as Ghostic running him up. They get the full sets of Megas. They came and they got exactly what they wanted, but Ghostic will get stared up. Another vacuum, Slithering Crush will go, but he gets off his Yule Scepter in time. Ghostic gets bounced up at the last moment. They get the triple kill for Quakefull. They're going to find Ghostic yet again. He's down for 39, but everybody has buyback for Spirit, and no Diggity are running on fumes. They're forced to buy back on Slaughter and Quakefull. Era and Quakefull will have to buy back, and they're going to go up against Mega Creeps. They have to keep bottom pushed out. They have to keep top pushed out. They have to keep mid pushed out. And no Diggity have not much left in the tank. And Team Spirit, it was looking bad there for a second, but they now have all the buildings they need to win this game. Tier 4s are still alive and luckily at full HP for no Diggity, but this is their perhaps last push, their last gasp, or death push, if you will. And Quakefull is going to have to lead the way. The rest of his squad following suit. Bunnick has buyback. Hex up on the Yap Store. Shadow Strike will go infest out. Surge away. Nicely done. BKB for Iceberg. A little early. Kizu has been doomed up, which is good. Not Hex, but he can't get it off if he's doomed still. Arrow looking for some initiation. Considering Demonic Purge disrupts himself. Can Arrow counter initiate instead? They're looking for Havost. They found him. He's dead for 112 seconds to the backline. Now Goldblack getting brought down as well. He's going to get false promise to stay alive. Now Arrow gets the Slithering Crush off. They'll take down 2. Iceberg is buyback. Have to use it there as the back wall though. Goldblack still in trouble and still has that Purifying Flames. He'll get back to full. Quakefull as well as Kizu still getting brought down. Good Slithering Crush. Arrow keeps Kizu alive though. Comes in with a Slithering Crush. Goes to try to find the kill with a Timber Chain. Can't get it. And Chakra will miss as well. Meanwhile, Quakefull is pushing mid. Era's getting chased down. They have lost Depth. They have lost Sitter, and another good slithering crush. They've got Blink out for Era. He will make it away. And Kizu is forced to defend. He might actually die here if he's not careful. He'll vacuum and just get out in time. Meanwhile, back to the Jizz and Era. They've got him with the X up. The Scream of Pain, the Shadow Strike. Slithering Crush will not be there in time. And Iceberg will blow him up with the Song of the Siren in the face. And find a double damage rune for a good measure on top of it. This game's getting crazy. 57 minutes in. And we are nowhere done yet. Well, I mean, we're kind of close to being done. I mean, nowhere is maybe a bit much, especially with Team Spirit getting roasted now. The Aegis, well, it won't go to both. He's dead for 40 seconds. Iceberg had an open slot, though, as he already has bought back. The Cheese more than likely going to go black, and he'll actually pick it up, it looks like. And no Diggity are wondering, how much can we endure? How much can we deal with? Without Arrow for 69 seconds, all of those stuns will not be there. That's just a big problem. They have no buybacks. The only buybacks in the game are, of course, coming out from both Ghostic as well as the Oracle. Not that Ghostic really needs it. I mean, he dies. He's only dead for like 40 seconds or something ridiculous. Maybe 50. And this is the push that probably ends the game. Lifestealer, still no bots, by the way. So he won't be able to TP in with his comrades. But it's actually, Iceberg is going to get the Infest Bomb just so that he can TP with the rest of his squad. He will surge himself away from Iceberg, blink in, Infest out. Perhaps they're going to maybe hex up on East, but they don't get it in time. It looked like Iceberg was looking for it, couldn't quite grasp that initiation. 28 seconds with the air is still down. Team Spirit looking to capitalize on this push, and looks like Oracle just bought something too. It's a full Octarine core. His Purifying Flames cooldown is literally less than a second. That's almost enough to be game-winning in its own right. And now no Diggity. Here we go. This is going to be the defense of a lifetime. They're losing their Moonwells. They're losing their huts. Their Observer Wards are going down. Their last line of defense is the heroes in the Tier 4 towers, plus about 3 of these huts and maybe this particular G. Slaughter's back up, and it looks like they won't press their luck for a Boast. Team Spirit, who, by the way, is picking a Butterfly. One way to keep yourself alive, install this damage, and right-click. This is just game number 1, folks. Game number 1 of a best-of-3 series. Dear Lord.
Haste.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, no! Where did the courier die? That Radiant Courier had a lot of money, and it wasn't this one. I think it was something for Koifu. I think it was his second courier. Maybe, I mean, he must have had a lot of money saved up since his last engagement. I don't know what was on it. I can't find it because, of course, the courier is still alive on the Radiant team. There's at least one courier still alive. Can't cycle through them either, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll never know. He actually bought another, I think it was probably the Refresher. He buys another one because he has enough money. Where's this courier going exactly? Oh, it's going to smoke out first. We'll follow Koikva, perhaps. He has Refresher Orb. Buyback status is down for another minute and 38. This smoke is very aggressive. Yapsor has scouted out the entire enemy team. Ghostic will see Yapsor will throw up the Chakram. Hexes up on Yapsor. They get off the Fortune's End to make sure the silence isn't there. This is a very dangerous engagement. They see that the Manta Illusions are right here. Team Spirit, will they commit to anything here? Yapsor has still been scouted out, but he's the only one, and now it looks like Diggity will back up, and they'll have to keep the waves pushed out, as, of course, the Naga Siren Illusion is going to come through and do its best to clear this illusion, or rather this creep wave out, although it's down now. So hard. That's one way to do it. They have another smoke, they're going to use it, and there's no Dire Observer Ward here either. Arrow will lead this time. With buyback in 55 seconds, he actually doesn't have gold for it, and Yapsor's going to run up. Iceberg, he has Aegis and BKB. Chakram again, Ghostic scouts out Yapsor. Iceberg and Ghostic. They're going to go in. Shiva's Guard hex up with the Kizu to make Doom in time. Go Black isn't there. Disrupt him defensively. Cinderin in trouble. Shiva's Guard will come out. They need it back to our target Siren. They're in time. Avost hexed up, and his race is now done. They're going to try to get out. Go Black pops the cheese. Yapsor has to high kill it. He was solo killing Go Black the entire time, and now he's in trouble. Might be able to make it out. The Timber Champ coming through. They don't have a hex. They need the hex from the Queen of Pain. By the way, Funnick was already killed. Air's coming in. He's actually been chased down by Goldblack. They have to decide who they're going to go for. Verbose is going to get stunned up, and meanwhile, they're going to try to turn this perhaps. Iceberg in trouble. He'll lose his Aegis, but Ghostic now silenced up as well. KeyTV in the meantime, they get the hex off the Verbose. Meanwhile, Ghostic goes down. Dead for 54. He's got 5. Might have to use it back. Coming in. No wall for KeyTV. Down for 69 seconds. Sonic Wave blows up everybody. Koifa gonna try to turn his attention with Yapsor going toe-to-toe with Iceberg. He's silenced up. Can they bring him down? Yes, they can. Down for 122. Verbose is alive, but he's alone. The tier 4s back at the base are taking a beating, but it doesn't matter because no Diggity have cleared out the entire squad of Team Spirit. Koifa will return to do his duties of defending. The rest of his squad will push out mid and try to finish this game off. 5 acts on 3 heroes, not to mention Funnick will be up in 10. The only one that will not be there will be the Queen of Pain. How far are you willing to go if you're no Diggity? You are low on life, you're low on abilities. You might need to hightail it out of this base, and it looks like they will do just that. They'll head bottom. Guardian Bruce will go. They're going to try to go for Goldblack. Torch is in now. Jump into their crush. They're looking for Funnick. They can't let him die. He will pop. Dead for 76, but Aaron's taking a lot of damage from Verbose. They get off the halberd though on the Goldblack. Coming back in, Ghostic gets KeyTV down, and Aaron will follow suit. They both have buyback. Yapsor, does he have it is the question. The answer is yes, but he still might not even fall. He's so damn fast. Nighttime and the boots of travel, rather. Buybacks coming out from everyone. They're going to boss in, it looks like. Although they're not there. There's no creep wave. Cinder and TP'd into the base, but Air's going to come in and Koifa, he's going to actually just use his refresher real quick, gets his bots back up so that he can TP back home at any moment's notice and clear out these mega creeps. One more set of racks will even the series up, and no Iceberg for 45 seconds for Team Spirit. He just got the buyback. He literally just got it. He just got the money for it. He doesn't have it now for 6 minutes and 53 seconds. Ghostic's gonna get bounced, pops the BKB, and Yapsor takes a lot of damage. He's low in health. He's gonna get hexed up. He'll fall, gem down. He'll buy back. He'll bots in. Song of the Siren. Look at a catch. They'll find Goldblack. They'll find Ghostic. Can they get anything else out of this? No darkness, by the way. 13 seconds where it's not nighttime. Yapsor now out of his element here. Koifa clear out the creep wave. They'll drop the ward to the high ground. Any vision coming out for the Dire team. They have the true set for Goldblack. And they're going to fight into Funnick here in 3 seconds, and then they might back out. Sonic Wave now in cooldown. Darkness will go. Jump in. KeyTV back. Wall comes out. Can they get the Slurring Crush? They're not there in time. They get the Hex up onto Yapsor. KeyTV's doomed up. Air coming in, looking for some bash. Slurring Crush down for 2 seconds. Now Verbose in trouble. Look at the damage coming out. Verbose gets the most promise up from Funnick in time. Will stay alive, and Air will go down for 120. Koifa bosses back into the fray. They actually get the advance off, I believe, into Funnick, and he won't stay alive for half a second longer. But Ghostic's got a triple kill. Meanwhile, it's still a gigantic fray. 3 down to Team Spirit, 2 for Diggity. She's quite to do the job. Ghostic has run out of mana. He's hexed up the ensnare. Iceberg can't afford to die. And Quake was too low to chase. They need to take down this set of racks and get the megas, and they might be able to do it. Do they have Sonic Wave? Iceberg's got it. They've got to be careful, and they'll already head on out. The illusions won't do enough. Cinderin gonna get hexed up by Iceberg. They're gonna bring him down. Siege. Meanwhile, back towards the Ancient. They have to defend, and Quake will come in at just the right time. Clear out all of these creeps. They'll take all of the aggro as well. And no Diggity will stay alive for a moment longer. Still not able to get that bottom set of racks. The Mega Creep still going only Team Spirit's way and not no Diggity's way. And that was maybe their best opportunity, but Quake fell so damn quickly in that fight. They now have a Desolator for even faster pushing for Queen of Pain. And Ghostic is invised up and looking for a way into this base, and he's going to find it pretty quickly. We've hit the 65-minute mark, but this game has turned from boring into extraordinarily exciting pretty damn quickly. Respawn for 52 seconds for Roshan. Here we go. Iceberg and Ghostic are ready to go, and Quake was all alone. The last man. Quake was going to use his song. He'll get it off in time. I don't think he can do this on his own. Everybody dead for 26 seconds still. He's going to try to song again. There's the BKBs for both Ghostic and Iceberg. Quake was in trouble. He can't afford to die. They're going to dive for the base at this point. The song will finally catch Iceberg and Team Spirit's Ghostic at least. They get off the cliff, but this might be it. Game 1 is going to go to Team Spirit at the tail end of it at 66 minutes in. It just wasn't enough for no Diggity. They played their goddamn hearts out, but it's just not there. And we are forced to move on to Game 2 with Team Spirit having a 1-0 advantage. Whew. Well, that was pretty special. There's not much else to say, so I'm just going to send it to the AFK screen.